So here we are playing Tomb Raider on the PlayStation. 20 years ago during the holiday season, this is one of the hot games that were released during that time. And if you had a PlayStation back in 96, you're very, very likely to find this underneath your Christmas tree. Or maybe in your Christmas stocking. And here we have a cinematic introduction right here. Very, very wide screen, as you can see there. Fancy for back then in 96. I'm going to skip over that for now. This is the first Tomb Raider, so this was groundbreaking back in 96. I believe the Sega Saturn version came out afterwards, but the PlayStation version came out right at the right time, right before Christmas. Or Kwanzaa, or Hanukkah. And right away, as soon as you start the game, you have footprints on the ground. And this is the game that pretty much started the whole Tomb Raider series, so it was a very, very classic game. I just got shot in the head with an arrow, as you can see there. It has some blood squirting on my head. It's been a while since I played this game. I do like the Sega Saturn version better. Not because I'm a Sega Saturn fanboy, but I am a fan of the graphics on the Saturn better for some reason. I just think it's actually better. You can climb up the wall right here. Now, back then there wasn't too many adventurous type of 3D games like this. So this game, when this game came out, it was definitely like a huge thing when it first came out. It was like actually awesome. You can see right here we're shooting a bunch of bats because they started some shit with me. And unfortunately they didn't make it to next Christmas. So, oh well. Yeah, you have to be careful not to fall down into, places where you don't know where the hell you're going because you never know what you're going to run into. Looks like we have a door down here. Let's check this out. Looks like we have a little lever. If we can pull this lever down and maybe we can... The controls are a little clunky on it because it's the first game. Okay, finally. You can open up the door and see what's in here. Went through all that trouble to open up this door, so let's find out what's in this little area. Oh, we got more bats. What the hell? Yeah, that's what you get, some bitch. And it looks like a bamboo door. It was made out of bamboo. Look at it. You actually look through it. And I believe we have to go up here next. Let's see if we can jump. Just like that. And now we're up here. And as you can see right here, there is appears to be a bridge. Let's see if we can jump over there and see what happens. Yeah, we made it. I thought it was going to fall down, but somehow I did it. Alright, we're going to walk across this bridge right here. Honestly, I have no idea where the hell I'm going. I do remember this level. Alright, there's no way up. I fucked up. What the hell is this? Oh, God. That's it. I'm done. Look how they died. They with their feet up in the air. That's pretty funny. And it was one of the hottest games of the 96 holiday season. And there was not too many games that were better than this game, but let's check out, see what else is next for the PlayStation. So maybe Tomb Raider wasn't quite your thing, so right here we have the second Twisted Metal. I mean, if you were thrilled by playing the first Twisted Metal, you might be quite lucky and you might have received the second Twisted Metal for the holiday season. Let's check this game out. This game is awesome. And you have to pick your vehicle over here. Twisted Metal 2 was always my favorite. And my second favorite was definitely the first one. I mean, this is definitely probably one of my favorite holiday season games for 96. Definitely an awesome game. And here we have Twisted Metal 2 for PlayStation that came out holiday season of 96. I mean, this game is definitely awesome. It's basically the first game, but improved. You get different maps. And quite a bit more action. So if you had the first game already, you'll be very, very thrilled with the second game. This game is awesome. And basically the whole point of this game is you have to kill your enemy. Pretty self-explanatory. It's basically a demolition derby. and you just have to use weapons to kill your enemy. I do remember vividly that there is a way of making your vehicle jump, and I think you have to push like up, left, or something like that. Let's see if this is correct. Yep, it's up, left. So after all these years, I still remember that. Now back when I got the PlayStation, I got the PlayStation for the holiday. I pretty much received it for Christmas on the holiday season of 98. So I didn't have the PlayStation back in 96. But it's funny because one of the first games that I received for Christmas for the PlayStation that year was actually the first Tomb Raider, which we played earlier, and I eventually went out and I bought this game. So I actually bought a lot of games that came out in 96 because by then they were already labeled as the greatest hits and they were cheaper. I didn't even buy Twisted Metal 3 or 4. I just played this game for the duration of when I had my PlayStation. It was actually that good. What the hell? What the hell is that? That's some bullshit. So here's the next game that you might have possibly received underneath the tree during the holiday season of 96. The first Legacy of Kain game, Blood Omen. This is definitely a hidden gem on the PlayStation. Not too many people actually got to play this game. And I've only played it as of recently, because I actually played the newer version of the game on the PlayStation, but this game caught me by surprise. And you'll see in a second. So as you can see here, this is the Legacy of Kain Blood Omen on the PlayStation 1. This is the first one right here. Now, if you're used to seeing the 3D graphics from Soul Reaver, well, this is completely different. This is top-down view, 2D sprites. Actually looks pretty cool. And basically this is what it looks like. And for years I never actually played this, and I never even actually seen what it looked like. I would say maybe about 5 years ago I actually played it for the first time. And this is what the game looks like, and it's actually pretty cool looking. Kind of has that Diablo type look, and I just got my ass kicked. See, the game's like quite a bit harder than what the hell? And then you have like a 3D FMV movie clip right here. I have a sword stuck in my chest. It's very, very easy to die in this game. Look at the primitive animation for back in the CGI. Look at that. Alright, so now, as you can see, after you die, you actually turn into what appears to be the Legacy of Kain creature. And, let's see, there's a way of walking. I haven't played this game that often. It's basically top-down view. The slaughter of the enemies, as you can see there, the blood effects are actually really nice. There was a game on the Sega Saturn. What the hell is that game called? Oh, something Osis. But that game kind of reminds me of... Well, this game kind of reminds me of that game. It kind of has the same top-down view, isometric graphics. Yeah, this is Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. It's actually the first Legacy of Kain game, and if you received that on the PlayStation back in 96, you were lucky. Because now it's considered a really, really cool hidden gem. Not too many people actually got a chance to play it. So it's actually a pretty awesome game. So perhaps you want to escape Christmas, winter, the whole holiday season, and you want to go on vacation. But you can't afford it. But guess what? You can go out and buy a copy of Jet Moto for the PlayStation. And that helps you escape. You're going to basically see in a second what I mean right here. So basically you pick your jet ski and go on a single race right here, and let's see, we're going to go on vacation to this place right here called Joyride. And it kind of looks like some place you would find in Hawaii. And check that out. We're racing jet skis on a paved road. Only on the PlayStation can you do that. I mean, that's pretty crazy. So this game came out in 96. It's the first Jet Moto game. I believe there's 3 Jet Motos, if I'm not mistaken, and that series ended up being quite popular in the PlayStation 1. And this is the one that, pretty much the game that started it all. It had very, very nice graphics for 96 standards. Yeah, it was actually quite nice. The controls you have to get used to. It's actually not that bad. Figuring out where the hell you're supposed to drive, you have to use that little arrow on the top of the screen. Now, this game right here is definitely a classic on the PlayStation. It's definitely one of the most popular releases, and it's nothing really hidden gem about it. It was very, very common for back then. I remember playing this game on a demo disc. It's not quite my favorite racing game, but it's definitely not a bad racing game at all. And once again, if you want to get away from the wintertime, this is definitely the game you want to play, because there's nothing much worry about this game whatsoever. And I just killed myself. What the hell is that? So maybe Jet Moto wasn't quite your thing. Maybe you just want to destroy vehicles, much like Twisted Metal, but without all the bullets flying around over the place. Well, guess what? If you were a fan of the first Destruction Derby, we have the second one right here that just came out right before the holiday season, or actually came out during the holiday season in '96, and this is the title screen right here. This game has much improved graphics over the first one. The first game definitely demonstrated the power of the PlayStation, and also the Sega Saturn, but for some reason the Sega Saturn version was released over in Japan only, which I do not understand whatsoever. I think it released in Europe too. So we're going to just put on Rookie for now. This is the second Destruction Derby. Did not release on the Sega Saturn, but it did release on the PlayStation. Now, the first Destruction Derby was actually pretty awesome. It's a very, very awesome action-packed racing game. The damage graphics on the game was actually pretty cool. Right away, you can tell that the graphics are much improved on this version of the game. And the controls are quite nice. I think this is probably one of the nicer racing games I've played on the PlayStation. It actually has really nice controls on it. It's one of those games that anybody can just pick up and play and have fun with, because it's basically a primitive version of what you have today with Burnout, Flat Out, and all those type of games. This game is actually just awesome. And I just lost my hood, and the 3D effects of this losing your hood is actually pretty awesome. It was just flying right off the vehicle. I would imagine if you went from owning a let's say a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis to buying a PlayStation for the first time and actually playing this game, it will blow your mind. And holy shit, I just almost flew into the crowd. That was crazy. Wow, this is insane. What the hell? See, that was quick. Damn, that is insane. It looks like a freaking tornado that's going through the place. More closer to 60 games actually for the holiday season for PlayStation. It's actually quite ridiculous because the Saturn and the 64 only had a handful of games. The PlayStation had a shitload of games. It was insane. That would be a few of the picks that I picked out. They're actually pretty awesome, and that demonstrates how well the PlayStation is for back then. If you had a PlayStation in '96, we're definitely going to be very happy.
Quick play!